Change my mind again. I'm going to do as much of this online as I can so that I can show you as much of the process as I can, and we'll just break it up into smaller parts, different videos. So I'm starting on this first wing, and this one you can hear it's kind of got two hits on it, so let's fade one of them out. That's not working. Let's just trim it. And let's try stretching these a little bit. We're getting too many artifacts with that. I'm going to try changing the stretch mode. F2 is what brings up this menu for me. I'm going to change it from project default to, let's try the rubber band library, and let's tell it to preserve formants. Let's apply, and now let's listen to it. There we go. We're sounding much more dragon-like. Okay, let's add in this one and see what we got. That could add as a nice kind of top layer. Let's change the timing of these. Trim that a little bit. Have it so this starts about the same time. That one looks good already. Let's hear it. All right, so we may keep both of those layers. Let's listen to this one. All right, let's align this. Now let's hear it. Let's try pitching these ones down a bit. So I'm gonna go with, let's just go with sound shifter again. And yeah, let's keep it in transient mode and try it down by quite a bit. Let's try just this one. And all together. Okay. That may be useful. Try it with this one. Sounding all right as it is. We got a lot more to go. All right. Let's do this. Let's clear our solos. Clear the peak so it doesn't bug me. And let's mute the roar so that I'm not distracted by it. Let's mute all the ones that we haven't used yet. There we go. All right, let's unmute and let's just solo this one. That's a good layer kind of for the end as the wings are coming back up. So let's listen to it in context. All right, let's listen to this one. Looks like we need to move this up ahead a little bit. All right, here we go. Let's pitch this one down just a little bit. There we go, that sounded pretty good. Let's try this. These are all proving to be much more useful than I thought they would be. I'm going to have to make some tough choices when deciding which ones to keep. Good job to the people making these libraries. Well, there we go. We don't really need that one. No, not that one. We can use these as kind of the transient or the initial attack of it as the wing starts coming down. Timing will be really important here. Let's zoom in and start going frame by frame to see when it starts coming down. So you can see it starting to come down right about there. So I'm going to move this to where the transient is right there as the wing starts coming down. And same with this one. Let's look. There we go. All right, let's make these green to tell it that it's official. All right, now let's hear it. And I'm going to pitch these down a bit. Okay, that sounds all right. We'll leave that in our maybe pile. Ooh, that's a good sounding one. Nah, let's not use this one. There we go. I really like that one. Let's move it to where its transient is a little closer to where we want it. Now let's hear it. There we go. Let's try this guy. Ooh, I like that. Nah, that one's not needed. All right, let's listen to that. Last layer. That's another transient one. All right, let's listen to this. Color these, save our work. That's a lot more layers than I was expecting to use, but it's sounding pretty good. Let's go into a little more detail here. I'm hearing a bit of a click after each of them. Let's see if we can find out where that click is and edit it out. We got it first try. We got a little too much of a fluttering or an echo thing going on. Let's see if we can find out what layer that's on. Yeah, that's a little too much. We can get rid of that layer, I think. Levels are too high. Let's bring them all down a little bit. There we go. Now let's bring the roar back in. It's actually sounding pretty good. Let's EQ the wings a little bit. Clear that. Just for consistency's sake here, I'm going to use the neutron equalizer again. And in fact, let's just use the full instance of neutron so we can compress it a little bit too. All right, now I'm going to leave the low information in here because that helps give some of the power. And I mean, that's a lot of what wing flapping is, especially with larger wings. You're going to be hearing low energy. So I'm not going to be filtering out the lows here. In fact, I may boost them. Let's actually mute the roars again so that I can hear what I'm doing. Add a compressor in. Let's actually move the EQ after the compressor. Set it to true detection mode. We'll leave it at a 2-to-1 ratio, but let's give it a bit of a knee. Let's turn, yeah, there we go. We got to turn vintage mode off. That's why. Give it a 6 decibel knee. Make it softer. Hopefully you can hear that. So we're giving it a 6 decibel knee so that it starts compressing on a curve 6 decibels before the actual threshold. All right, and this is adjusting the gain automatically, so let's listen to it. And without the compressor. See how the compressor is holding things together, tightening it up a bit? Now, just for grins and giggles, I'm going to try the sculptor module here in Neutron. Let's see, do we want to add punch or fullness? Or polish? Let's add fullness. That's actually sounding pretty good. Let's move this up. Pull the tone down. It's actually having a nice effect. Let's pull this back down. I like that quite a lot. In fact, I'm not going to use the transient shaper that I thought I was going to use. Let's just keep it like this. And now, let's hear it all in context with the roar. Sounds like we need to bring it up just a little bit. And let's go ahead and use a limiter. That's here. We'll put the ceiling at -3. We don't want thick. We want smooth. And we want the intelligent release curve. There we go. So that's sounding pretty good. All right, I'm going to end this video. I think we're done with the wings flapping. Let's move on to the fire.